Hello everyone, Cataclysm BTD6 here, and today we're going to be seeing which upgrades in the game can solo a bad. The rules are simple. All towers will be starting on round 100 of hard difficulty on chimps, and go against easier bads if they can't beat the round. Transformation towers will be tested both with and without towers for transformations, and they'll be allowed their maximum cap. Multiple maps, targeting options, and crosspaths will be used accordingly when necessary. Now that we've got those out of the way, let's get to our first tower, the Dartling. The first upgrade we'll be testing is the first tier 5 in the game, the Ultra Juggernaut. We'll need the bottom crosspath as well to be able to pop DDTs, but to be honest, I don't think we've got much of a chance of even getting past the first damage layer here. The reason I think it won't is because most of the Ultra Juggernaut's mob damage comes from ricochets and a specific monkey knowledge which grants the Juggernaut Bulls extra mob damage, so on this map, with these conditions, it's unlikely to do very well. To get the most value where possible, I think the better solution would be to play on Dark Path. This will allow us to ricochet the balls a lot more into a bad, and while we won't be able to pop the outside layer, we'll likely be able to do quite a bit more damage than on logs. With Monkey Knowledge and Easy Mode, we do a fair bit more damage, but not enough to get through the layer. The next tower we have on our list is the Plasma Monkey Fan Club. Crosspath with Enhanced Eyesight, of course, so that it can pop DDTs, and we can take a look at it solo against a bad first, finding that it is not quite able to get the damage we need, so next we'll get up enough monkeys to max out the ability, and we'll try one more time. The maximum number of monkeys able to be transformed by the ability is 20, including the original monkey itself, and even with only one transformed Dart Monkey able to attack DDTs, we are still just about able to get the job done. This did take a couple of attempts, as you can see. I had to reposition the tier 5 Dart to be better placed to pop the DDTs, but no other issues there. Now on to the last Dart Monkey upgrade. We have the Crossbow Master. I'm going to place it as good as I can on logs and see how much damage we can get against a round 100 bad and a round 1 bad, but given the Crossbow Master's reputation, I think it's unlikely that it can defeat a bad. For a round 1 bad, with all of our monkey knowledge on and on easy, it looks a lot closer, but sadly we just don't have the pierce required to get the job done. Moving on to our next tower, we have the Boomerang Monkey. Its first tier 5 upgrade is the Glaive Lord, and we need to crosspath it with Red Hot Rangs to give it the necessary DDT popping power. However, as testing has shown, we struggle to pop the outside bad layer, and using maps differently such as Balance, 3 Mines Round, Cubism, or any other maps that focus the Glaive Lord's ranks towards a single target didn't really work out for us. Even with Monkey Knowledge and Easy Mode, the furthest we were able to get was breaking the outside layer and lightly damaging the DDTs on logs. The Permacharge is an interesting tier 5 as it is the only tier 5 in the game whose camo detection is entirely reliant on Monkey Knowledge. This means while for the main bad on round 100 we can pop the outside layer quite easily, to deal with the DDTs, we are going to have to turn Monkey Knowledge on. Also, to ensure that the Boomerang Monkey is attacking effectively for as long as possible against the bad and all of the insides, we are going to switch over to 3 Mines Round, as it is a better suited track for this tier 5. A very effective upgrade, cleaning up the bad and all of the insides. The final path though, Mob Domination, is a slightly sadder story for the Boomerang Thrower. It has no way to pop camos, and so while it can very easily break the outside layer, it has no way to clean up all of the insides. The Bomb Blitz is a tower similar to the Permacharge in the fact that it does not have the capacity to damage camo balloons. However, its ability damages all balloons on screen and does enough damage to destroy DDTs before they even exit the map. So using the map 3 Mines Round to maximize the amount of range the bomb shooter can be attacking the bad with, we find out that it is just about possible with a round 1 bad on easy to get the job done. You'll also notice that I've cut out the footage from the unnecessary bads, and I'll be doing this a bit more as we go forward to save time on the video. The Mob Eliminator was one of the first upgrades to truly surprise me. I didn't know that if the Mob Eliminator had already done about just enough damage to almost pop a bad and then used one more ability, it would clean up the DDTs inside too. This gives the Mob Eliminator just enough camo popping power to do what we need for this challenge. I'm grouping the last bomb shooter upgrade, the Balloon Crush, alongside all of the Tack shooter upgrades. This is because none of these towers have any camo popping power on their own. When the Inferno Ring first came out, its Seeking Fireball projectile was able to target camos independently, and the tower at the time was just about able to take out a bad on its own. However, this is no longer the case, so we'll swiftly move on. As with the Tack shooters before, the glue gunners sadly don't really get much done against round 100. All tier 5 paths have their own individual specialties, but beating bads is certainly not one of them. You can see the footage of them trying their best in the background, but let's move on to our next tower. Our next tower is also not a tale of great success. The ice towers are primarily focused around supporting the monkeys by slowing the balloons down and providing additional damage. This means against a heavy single target like a bad, they are not able to get the job done. The closest was the bottom path icicles, managing to almost pop the layer on 3 mines around, but not quite getting it done. The Blazing Sun is our first tier 5 from the Desperados, and I thought the map with the best range for this tower would again be 3 mines round. Getting rid of the obstacles and crosspathing it so that it can see camo, it can just about pop through the layer, but doesn't have enough speed to deal with all of the insides. Moving over to logs, trying a round 100 and a round 1 hard bad, we can see that the top path Desperado just about gets the job done. The Golden Justice is up next. I'll use a couple of tech bots to manage its abilities as it has to, but this is a very powerful tower. It's capable of many 2TCs and is more than capable of dealing with the round 100 chimps bad, as we see here. I initially had very high hopes for the Desert Phantom and decided to set it up against a round 100 bad, only to find out on my next round of testing that it is actually unable to do any damage to DDTs whatsoever. A slightly somber ending for the primary towers, but now that we've finished testing, we can take a look at all of the upgrades and see which primary tower tier 5s are capable of dealing with a bad on their own. I've tried to fit these on screen as best as possible. Now let's move on to the next category. Our first military tower, the Sniper, gave us quite the interesting results to work with. With a 520 Sniper, we can pop DDTs but not the bad. With a 502 Sniper, we can pop the bad, but definitely not the DDTs. As we can see, the Sniper can't get it done on chimps. I decided to allow myself to buy and resell for a more optimal crosspath. Against the easiest bad, this gives us just enough damage to sneak a win through. The same, sadly, can't be said of the next 2 Sniper tier 5s. The Elite Sniper doesn't have much individual power and can't break through the layer, and the Elite Defender has no way to damage DDTs as its native lead popping power was removed in update 28.0. Moving on to Submarines next, and the top path Energizer is something that doesn't really need to be talked about. It's just not very good at popping mobs. The same, though, most assuredly cannot be said about its brother, Preemptive Strike. Probably one of the single best counters to DDTs in the 90s, this tower can absolutely get the job done against a round 100 bad with its activated ability. The final sub-upgrade is powerful, but not in the way we need for this challenge. It works best in groups with damage buffs, neither of which are available to us while testing the tower, and it also has no native camo popping power. For our first Buccaneer, we're testing the Carrier Flagship. It has the capacity to damage DDTs with its support aces and enough single target damage to take down the outside layers. While it struggled to get this done with the speed of balloons on round 100, heading over to an easier bad with Monkey Knowledge on, this time we're able to catch everything and add another tower to our list. The Pirate Lord, similar to the previous Buccaneer, is a very effective counter to the vast rushes of Mob class balloons in the 80s and 90s. It also couldn't get enough damage on round 100, but switching over to a more comfortable bad nets us just enough time on logs to catch everything before it leaks. The final Buccaneer path is not well suited for bads. It is primarily a farming tower, and despite a recent buff granting more attack speed and damage with more money saved up, it can only just about barely break the outside layer of the bad. Now, on to the Mortars. The first one we're taking a look at is the biggest one upgrade. A very impressive tower, being one of the only tier 5s capable of grouped Mob popping power, but its lack of camo detection means it can't handle round 100 solo. The Buccaneer, while able to damage camo balloons with its ability, is unable to pop a bad in time. Even if it was, we'd still need many more ability uses than would be possible to deal with the DDTs inside. Our final Mortar upgrade is the Blue Incineration. It is the only path with native camo detection and is our best candidate for getting the job done. Microing is very important for this tower as it deals layered damage through burny stuff and leaving a wall of fire on the track, and one poorly timed shot could be the difference between winning and leaking 10 ceramics. That being said, with all monkey knowledge on and on easy mode, after focusing my efforts for a little while, I was able to beat the bad with just this upgrade. The Monkey Ace is a tower I had high hopes for. We can immediately see why, as the Sky Shredder with minimal micro is almost able to handle the round 100 bad on its own. It struggled with the cleanup of ZOMG insides due to pierce issues, but with monkey knowledge on round 1, the Sky Shredder can get it done. For the second Ace Tier 5 Ground Zero, I had a feeling from the get-go that round 100 may be impossible. Duke's incredible 1TC with the Monkey Ace was so impressive that Ninja Kiwi nerfed this upgrade in the very next update. Despite the nerf, the tower was still able to get the job done without any monkey knowledge against a round 1 bad. For the final Ace upgrade, I don't really think there's any surprise here. The Flying Fortress is easily able to demolish the round 100 bad. It doesn't even get around the second bend on logs. It is one of the single most powerful and expensive Tier 5s in the game, and proves that value well. The Apache Prime is another classically powerful Tier 5. It can pop all balloon types and deals with large swarms of small balloons very easily. No issues against the bad here. The Middle Path Heli Special Operations is a tower I don't find myself using supremely often. That being said, it performed exceptionally against the bad. While it couldn't handle the final round of chimps, that's to be expected. This is, after all, primarily a support tower. What really surprised me though was just the combination of the Marine and the downdraft effect were able to take down a round 1 bad. The Comanche Commander is where the Helis are let down here. While it provides enough offensive power to pop the outer layer and can even snore the DDTs, it for some reason is unable to deal any damage to them, making this an impossible task for this upgrade. Let's be honest here, there was no doubt in our minds that the Ray of Doom would easily handle this task. My placement was awful and blocked it from seeing most of the track, and it was still able to pop the bad with no issue. The MAD is up next, and this tower also has no issue dealing enough damage to the mob layers. It has very low pierce though, but this is compensated for by its ability, which allows us to clean up everything when well timed. With the exceptional performance from the last 2 upgrades, I think we can forgive the fact that the Balloon Exclusion Zone also can't damage DDTs. While it can't solo the round, it can still pop the bad relatively quickly, so at least that's something. Now that we've got all of those done, let's take a quick break to look at the performance of the military towers. No towers so far have managed to get all Tier 5 upgrades to succeed, but let's move into Magic Monkeys and see if we can change that. Coming up first, we have the Archmage. What's great about this tower is it doesn't even need the camo crosspath to deal with the bad. The Tier 5 gains a shimmer effect, and I've gone for that here to demonstrate it. Another easy clear. The Wizard Lord Phoenix is up next, and I've moved over to Scrapyard as I'm getting a little bit tired of just seeing the logs background. With a little bit of focus on timing the ability to ensure you have the Phoenix up when the bad pops, we break past round 100 with no problem. The final wizard upgrade, the Prince of Darkness, was very difficult to think about from a testing perspective. I wasn't 100% sure on what would be fairest, so I ended up deciding on testing the tower with a full graveyard to give it as much of an advantage as possible and simulate the conditions of encountering round 100 on chimps. Even with all of the annoying setup for that, the wizard just can't deal enough damage quick enough to rebuild its graveyard from the insides of the bad. A shame, but this tower is best suited for other things. Now, onto a tower we all know will do well here. For the Super Monkey, I felt it unnecessary to prove they could beat round 100. I'm sure everyone knows they can do that. To go for a better standard of testing, I decided to try higher round free play bads as well, just to display their superiority. Up first, we have the Sun God. I tested it in 2 ways, one where I was allowed to sacrifice other Super Monkeys for the magic buff, and one without. Both were very capable, and dealt with the bad with no concerns. As the Vengeful True Sun God secret upgrade isn't available on chimps, I decided to test it on easy mode to get the best perspective of its popping power. Testing against multiple bads through the 100s and 200s, the VTSG doesn't even start struggling until the 250s. After beating around 250 bad, it did lose to 1 on round 260, so let's move on to the next Super Monkey upgrade. The anti-balloon upgrade is the middle path and is usually cross-path with Plasma Vision to increase damage. As we need Ultra Vision for camo popping power, while this version of the anti-balloon can easily clear around 100, it can't quite finish off around 140 bad. The final path, Legend of the Night, can get through this challenge with ease. This makes the Super Monkey our first tower to beat round 100 with all 3 tier 5s. To celebrate, I tested the Legend of the Night against round 140, and it was able to hand us a win there too. With the Ninja Monkey, the problems start out quite quickly. Both the Grandmaster Ninja and the Grand Saboteur are unable to pop leads, invalidating them from succeeding in this challenge. The Master Bomber does however provide some salvation for the Ninja. While it's unable to beat any category of bad, it does get incredibly close on easy mode, being just a few mobs away from success. This may be possible with better micro and tower placement, but at this time, I myself couldn't find a way to do that. I can summarize all 3 Alchemist paths with just 2 words: no camo. No upgrade paths, knowledge, or special abilities can allow the Alchemist to see camo balloons. It is, after all, primarily a support tower for your other monkeys. Testing all 3, we can see the total transformation with additional monkeys can break through the layer, but then immediately leaks. The top path Druid, Monarch of Storms, is a very powerful tower, able to permastall large amounts of lower class mobs. On chimps, it struggles to deal enough damage to the bad before the exit, but on switching over to easy mode with all of our abilities turned back on, it can deal just enough damage to grab everything at the end of the track. The middle path, Spirit of the Forest, is a different story though. It's best suited for dealing with large rushes of ceramics to BFBs and can't put up effective single target damage, even on tracks as long as Scrapyard. Using the Vine Rupture ability as frequently as possible, we almost pop the bad, but don't quite get there, making this another loss. Avatar of Wrath is sadly another upgrade in the game without camo detection. Alongside that, it typically works best in groups and with damage buffs, making this a rather difficult challenge. This is a shame, as the tower is good enough on its own to deal with the bad and the ZOMGs inside too, it just can't see the DDTs. The final magic monkey for this video is the Mermonkey. The top path Lord of the Abyss is not what we're looking for this challenge. It has a small range and deals quite low damage in comparison to its cost. This is of course enhanced with other defenses, but on its own, it has no chance of even getting through the outside of a bad. The same definitely can't be said for the Poseidon upgrade. It is incredibly powerful and its ability is centered around concentrating damage with ice ball reflections. There is one minor issue here. This path of the Mermonkey cannot pop zebras or white balloons. There is a way around this, however. The tier 5 does enough damage to pop past the white layer and in some instances can clean up the balloons from there. I wasn't sure how to control this or time it myself and could only get it to work once on easy mode with monkey knowledge on. This tower is definitely another one with the potential to take down a round 100 bad solo, but I'm not going to be able to do that today. Lastly, the final harmonic is another useful support tower, but can't get much done here. It deals a total of less than 500 damage to a bad before it exits. Not much more needs to be said there. That is our magic monkeys completed too. The stats are a bit all over the place compared to the consistency of previous categories, but that's to be expected. Magic monkeys have a lot of variance in their upgrade paths. Our first support tower truly lives up to the support name. The banana farm is incapable of damaging balloons in any way. That being said, I still tested out all 3 tier 5s together, and despite losing, we make $43,800. A pretty fair trade-off. Our next challenger is the Super Mines upgrade. Being the most expensive non-Super Monkey upgrade in the game, it certainly doesn't struggle in demolishing a chimp's bad. Carpet of Spikes is a tower you see quite a fair bit in many expert chimps completions. If that doesn't show you its strength, it is also now added to the ranks as one of the few towers in the game capable of soloing a bad. The last Spike Factory upgrade now, we have the fan favourite, Permaspike. Permaspike does have certain limitations, and this challenge pushes the tower right to the edge of those limits. The maximum amount of damage that can be accumulated with the permaspike is around 40,000 with good timing. A minimum health bad before scaling would still have an RBE above 55,000. While I couldn't figure out a way to get this done on round 100, retargeting the spikes to tactically break the bad and stall out time by waiting for the ZOMGs was a viable enough strategy to work. After a couple of attempts, I managed to get this done with a round 1 bad on hard difficulty. The village, much like the banana farm, is not known for offensive prowess. That being said, its top path tier 5 upgrade, Primary Expertise, is a very good attacking tower and normally does well against waves of super ceramics. For the first part of the test, I placed the other villagers down in the background just to get them out of the way, but the bad was too quick for it. Trying again on Scrapyard, and we see something absolutely awful. The Primary Expertise can almost get the job done, but doesn't have enough attack speed for the last couple of mobs, making this our closest loss so far. Despite being one of my favourite towers, the Engineer is sadly another dud for this challenge. The top path Sentry Champion can't damage DDTs, even with the Sentry explosions. The middle path is the only one with camo detection, but is designed for buffing other towers. It lacks the damaging capabilities to take down any form of a bad. The final path, XXL Trap, may be the saddest of all three though, being unable to consume bads with the trap, and thusly doing very little damage at all. Our final tower for the video is the Beast Handler. This is interesting as to create a tier 5 for the Beast Handler, you must first have at least 4 tier 4s in the previous upgrade group. Thankfully, after purchasing the tier 5, you can sell the excess Beast Handlers. I ran into a very interesting mechanic with the Gigantosaurus while testing, which was that sometimes when the damage ranges were just right, it would pop the bad and deal with the DDTs at the same time. Given the tower can normally only damage camos with its ability, I thought this might be very useful, but I couldn't get it to work on round 100. Trying again on round 1, I was able to get this done on Scrapyard for another easy win. The next path we'll be assessing is the Megalodon. This is probably going to be a candidate for the quickest win of the video. At this time, it is the only monkey tower in the game capable of insta-killing bads, making the final challenge of chimps a complete breeze. A bit of an anticlimax for the last upgrade, we are now trying out the Pukai. The Pukai is one of the better stalling upgrades in the game, but that means nothing in the face of a bad. It can't quite get the damage it needs to pop the layer and start slowing the other blimps down. With that result, we are officially done with our testing. We have looked at every single tier 5 upgrade in the game and seen conclusively whether or not it can handle a bad. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.